hello. Hi, family and friends. Welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tonya R. Lewis. I got a bunch of people with me today. Okay. We're going to be talking about ghosting and ghosted. If you ever been ghosted or if you ever ghosted somebody, you're going to want to see this like now. Okay. I'm going to go around the room and my people, they going to introduce themselves because y'all know how I said, you know yourself better than I do. We're going to start off with Miss Lloyd.
Hello. My name is Robin.
And Robin, what you do? What? Get a little bit about you.
I'm an operation manager at a company, doing cleaning.
All right. Okay. Miss Shelley, come on.
Hey everybody, I'm Shelly. Currently I'm in the nursing field. Love what I do. I'm about to start a new career for the new year. But right for the next 2 weeks, it's all about travel, having fun, and being a part of this new episode.
Okay.
Thanks to you for the invite.
Thank you. All right. Y'all fine, ain't it?
My name is Craig, and I'm red in the face.
Yeah.
Brown. My name is Craig, and I'm a CEO, Executive Director of the Behavioral Health Agency here in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, throughout the state of Ohio. And yeah, it's good to be here. I did not know that the topic was ghosting. Ghosted, but I'm glad.
We here and have fun.
Right.
All right. Y'all, we got another fine one. Fine.
Hello, fam. My name is Reggie. I deal with the chemical dependency and mental health field. I also have a small transportation business. All is well. It's a pleasure and honor to be here with Tonya and Marnita and the crew, Craig, and the rest of the crew. Love and respect.
All right. Y'all know my girl.
Y'all know. But for those who don't, I am Marnita. And I am a global real estate coordinator for Rockwell Automation. I also own a Financial Bless LLC. So if you need some help with some money,
She the one. Okay.
then I love her.
Oh, look at her. She can't help it, y'all. Okay, so we are going to be talking about ghosting. And I've ghosted people. I've ghosted a couple people. But then when it happened to me, it kind of hurt my feelings. So I stopped ghosting. And it's all about communication. So we about to dig in. I'm getting ready to ask some questions, and you probably gonna have some he say, she say, and all that. Because the men gonna have their side, and the women gonna have their side. But the men is outnumbered today. Then we have Robin's daughter, who is the sheriff, who is going to keep us in line. Okay. So my first question is understanding ghosting. How would you define ghosting in the context of dating and a relationship? Craig, answer that question for me.
Oh my God.
How would you describe ghosting?
Ghosting is now you see me, now you don't. You heard from me, and now you won't.
That is simple as that. Okay. All right. Miss Robin, what is some of the reasons you think people might choose to ghost rather than communicate directly? And before you answer that, I'm going to go around the room and get that answered by several different people. So what do you think it is, Robin? Why do people might choose to ghost rather than communicate? Because they're cowards.
Yeah, I just don't want to be honest and transparent to people.
Oh, wow.
Just don't want to be transparent. Just want to I'm just going to test the waters here, and then want to go over there and test the waters and just.
She got something to say, y'all. Okay, look, Reggie, have you ever ghosted somebody? What do you think? Why people ghost? Have you ghosted somebody before?
Yeah, I ghost a few.
Oh, right. You. Many years.
Ghosted came before they put a name on it.
But y'all see that white on his name.
And a lot of times it becomes the communication and the behaviors. Sometimes people talk so much like communication is back and forth. Sometimes the women just take over the whole thing. So if you know everything, you tell them, ain't no need, because you know.
Ain't no need you telling them you about to ghost them, huh?
Ain't no need, because you won't even let a person. You in a relationship by yourself.
Oh,
Already.
y'all hear that? Marnita, I know you can't wait because you about to jump out your damn seat. All
right.
Okay.
I ain't never ghost no niggas, but they always sending pictures of their dicks, right? And they ain't
Not the
theirs.
D-I-C-K.
And they ain't theirs.
Oh, okay. Y'all know she was going to be
Like,
fired.
that is gonna create, oh, I want you. No, I don't want you. You can go shove it up your mouth, right? And so, ghosting is crazy because they do not want you to know it's them because of their insecurities, because they ain't got shit, because they don't know shit, and then they don't want to deal with you because you got too much. And then they want to try to act like they all of that.
She telling her whole life story and ghosting y'all. So, you know what? I think ghosting is a cowardly way of, a lot of times ghosting will happen when you done went on a date, you had a good date, you done communicated with each other, things going well, and then they get back with their ex. And then they stop calling you. Shelly, how you feel about that? Because I heard the over there.
Well, I'm the one. For me, ghosting. My definition of ghosting is fear. And I say that because
That's the F word.
I've done a lot of ghosting, fearing being in a committed relationship.
Oh, tell the truth.
But
girl.
now that my children are older, I can let my wings fly. Now I want commitment, but shit, I'm over 50.
That's what we're talking about, dating over 50.
So with that being said, it's not.
Do y'all ever worry about that?
Of course we worry about it because we've done so well. I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna put this on me. I've done enough that I don't want it to come back. But if it do, I'm gonna be like Marnita. I'm gonna stay ready, so I ain't gotta get ready.
Okay, so we're talking about ghosting. Can somebody explain to me how it felt when you got ghosted? And I'll start. When I got ghosted, it made me so freaking paranoid that every time I got in a relationship and they didn't call me right back or they didn't text me right back, and don't let them go hours without responding to me. The first thing I think is they have gone, they get ready to ghost me, because I've been ghosted, several times. And because I got trust issue, it hit me harder. So when they ghosted, so when the guy that really wasn't ghosting me, and I'm texting, oh, you ain't gonna call. I've been said some stuff that I should have never said, and now the relationship is in jeopardy. Okay, so how does somebody else feel about getting ghosted?
Well, I don't think nothing just suddenly happens. So no one just ghosts somebody.
Okay.
Like it was so many things leading up to that point, and it was just something that either the person was saying and the other person chose to ignore, or it was just something that the evolution came and both of them realized this is going nowhere.
So you don't think that if you were like you and your girl broke up and you started seeing somebody else and y'all started vibing, but that girl you in love with came back and said they want you back. That wasn't built up. That didn't have to be built up.
Well,
you went back to her because you was in love with her and you was too coward to tell the woman, look, I'm going back to my woman. I realized, because this is what I do now. I say, you know what? I realize I'm not ready to date. That's how I do it. But
I'm in progressive 2024. Black men don't cheat. And first of all, say that for the rest. Black men don't cheat.
This damn camera gonna blow the hell up.
real black men don't cheat. Like, here it is. Because in over 50, we over 50, we're not kidding. Right? What the hell is you lying for anyway? What you gotta lie about anyway? And the thing,
I will tell you
mindset.
I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
And I would rather break your face with the truth to see you smile with a lie. I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you. That is my code that I live by. And I'll continue to live by to the day I die from now on. Because I know what it was like to be in that just telling half truths or embellishments of the truth.
Oh, you just ain't gonna say lie?
Yes.
Because it's like this. You care about the person you don't want to hurt.
Yeah.
But that's being That's not being honest though.
Yeah.
Then I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
The
You done
former
changed
self.
since then.
I'm talking about looking at it now because the only person that I really hurt was myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the end, I'm the only one that lost in the long run anyway. So
Right.
why even do that? I'm not. We're gonna go ahead and call a spade a spade. Like this is not working. We're not getting along. We're not even compatible.
Right.
Like let's be honest with you. Okay, the sex is good, but what is that?
Right. It's just
After the butt, then what? Right?
After the butt, then what?
Yeah.
I like that. I hear that. After the butt,
But
then what?
okay, so here's the difference that I feel what ghosting is.
Mhm.
Ghosting is not sharing your phone number with somebody and having communications with them and then things don't work out.
Mhm.
Ghosting is going through Messenger. Ghosting is going through WhatsApp and you don't
You know,
know who
different
these-
ways. There's different ways to ghost.
But
Talking about
that's,
different
that's
ways
what
to
I'm
ghost.
saying. Because when you have somebody's phone number, you ain't ghosting them because if you smart enough, you can see where they live. You can go through all these different things and find out some more stuff.
Mhm.
So that when you try to, and like Tonya said, when you with somebody, you go back to you break up with them, you go with somebody else, and then you go back to them. That ain't ghosting. That's just I'm going back to the one I love.
Yeah.
But you ain't. But
Ghosting
ghosting
is-
because you don't
So
communicate.
ghosting is to me is ghosting is you don't know a lot about that person for real. That's the ghost part of it
Mhm.
because they are behind a wall,
Mhm.
right? So you don't know. But when you talking to somebody on a different level and you unscrew them and all of that, that ain't ghosting. That's some stuff you done.
I still think it's ghosting. Ghosting is the definition of ghosting is when you don't communicate your honest. Okay, here I'm throwing the H word out there. Your honest feelings. The hell with hurting my feelings. I'd rather know the truth and get my feelings hurt than you lie to me. What you think about that, Reggie?
I really believe when you talk about yourself, you're talking about something. When you talk about yourself, you're talking about something. Each relationship is so different, right? When you talking about like certain men, it's immature. Like, you know, when you got a spiritual, emotional, and a mental connection with oneself and you can deal with self, you can communicate, right? Like when we talking about ghosting, we talking about different people and how they different react. So that's why I said when you talk about you talking about something because everybody is different.
Mhm.
You have a lot of immaturity
Yes.
that can't handle a woman. A lot
Yes.
of women, a lot of men that can't handle a woman.
Preach.
So what are we really talking about? Like it's hard to go because we're going through different scenarios. So like really, when you talk about you when you first came out, you talk about your experience. So we ain't talking about him, and her. We talking about each other. Like ghosting to me, my experience is different from Marnique's.
Mhm.
My experience is different from y'all.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? My experience is different from each one of y'all's. So really, what my experience of ghosting is like. They when I explain, they talk too much. It's like they know everything. Like I got a whole life. Like sometimes.
Okay, so you figure that the one that they talk too much, they don't want to hear what you got to say, and so you ghost them.
A little bit because the reason why I'm saying that, let me tell you why.
Okay, so I met this guy, and the whole conversation, he just talk. Did he talk? Then I'm trying to get a word in, but I couldn't. So it's like you just sometimes it's not so much the woman, sometimes it's the man too.
Yes.
I've been on
Yes.
just talking. I'm like, well, damn, so we tried to watch a movie. He talked through the whole movie, and then I'm like, what, I got to pay attention to red flags.
Absolutely.
This is something. Yeah, I want someone that's gonna talk and nope and just don't. And
Because communication is my love language.
But then,
that's my love language.
just don't be an over talker.
Right.
Just slow down and listen to the other person.
Because you got to listen. Let me ask y'all this question.
Wait a minute before you say that.
Uh-huh.
So, with what y'all know me, I Googled, and Tanya is right. What they mean by ghosting. They said ghosting is when someone who used to be friendly or even romantic with you suddenly cuts off all communication without explanation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Okay, now let me ask y'all this.
That's what I had to do. So
You had to-
I just had to keep spinning them. Well, it's like, are you coming over? Are you gonna call me? I
But-
call back. I gotta do this. So,
But you wasn't honest
I
with
wasn't
your
honest.
feelings
Right.
and
So
let
I had
him
to break
know.
it down, like, look, this is how I feel. It's like, why you don't talk to me no more? So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and be honest.
Did he get better though? after that, or you just cut off communication?
Not
Okay, so let me ask you.
Right.
Right. Let me ask this question. What it says? Wait a minute. What's the question at? What have you learned? No, no, not that one. How can individual? Nope. What advice? Where'd my question go? Uh, we'll come back to that because how do you move forward and avoid ghosting? How can you approach a relationship? See, because mine is I get paranoid and then I don't want to talk to you no more.
So, I want to say this. And ghosting is really a mental health issue.
Oh,
That's really too hard because it's people that don't want to deal with trauma. They do conflict avoidance.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with the repercussions of what the other person might think, say, or do to them if they're honest with them at that level. A lot of time, what can they do what can you do to avoid it? Therapy works. Go get you some therapy because why are you making choices to those type of people in the first place? And the common denominator in that is you. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is a perpetuate, if this is something that continues as far as a pattern in your relationship, especially over 50. Man, listen, like again, like I said, nobody suddenly just got here. Like, what is it about me that continues to keep getting this behavior from other people? And
so let me ask you this. Do you think social media has something play a part in ghosting?
What? And you know what? And like Monita was talking about, because what she's talking about is the catfishing. What she's talking about is the lies and the deception that a 30-second video can display to a person to give this person the image that this person is all of that in a bag of chips. Really, what it is this. People hide behind that 30-second sound bite or that 30-second video, and their whole life is hellish. Again, it is the big social media is the biggest
Issue.
it's the biggest lie that the devil ever told you did exist. And like that is, oh my God, because when you really understand the nuances of what life is all about, life is about wins and losses, ups and downs.
But I think social media plays a big part in it because you have so many freaking options.
Yeah.
But then, just like what Craig just said, it's the mental issues. It's what people go through with relationships prior to the one that they just get in. So they have major problems.
So you saying they got mental issues,
They have
which is
mental
what
issues.
make them.
When you go through relationships and then you go through a relationship and then that person hurts you, devastates you, and then you get in another one, that one you're gonna make sure you ain't gonna get devastated again.
So you taking that trauma,
So
it's taking that trauma to another relationship.
So if
It's called
that
what?
person do something that other person did, you gonna be like, oh no, I ain't going to
So
that.
they call that transference and counterfeit.
Yeah, so you're saying that's why so many people are not in committed relationships because of the trauma.
But
okay, have you taken some trauma into another relationship? And then you say, wait a minute, listen to the question. You taking some stuff and some trauma into another relationship, but then you seen it, and you thought that person was going to do you like the last person that ghosted you, and before you even communicate this, you got out of the relationship. You ghosted because you've been ghosted before and you thought he was gonna ghost you. Now you gone.
I'm gonna answer that question, and I'm glad you put it out there because first of all, I asked my new friend to watch this, and I didn't know I was gonna be a part of the podcast. But before I got with him, and we've been dating for 6 months now. But before I got with him, I was in a so-called relationship, and the guy was, as Marnita said, he was back and forth with me, and then he's dealing with this other young lady. No kids with her or anything, just stuck. And she gave him the no, and he went into kid mode. He took her 65-inch TV and crashed.
He didn't go.
He does this on probation. So she prosecuted him, as she should.
So then he came back to you.
You get 60 days in county jail. I don't do jail, but I said I'm gonna give him a break. So I'm going down there, I'm doing the visiting and everything. He done put a couple dollars on his books. Then he gets out. He texts me, and I'm not a texter Because when you texting so much and you can't call or you can't FaceTime or you can't Google Meet, I feel I'm getting ghosted. I feel I'm getting catfished.
Yeah.
So he called me day one he got out. Oh, I'm out. Oh, he's home. What do you need? He gets out the day before his birthday, which is my payday.
Baby, he came up.
I do want him to look good because it's his birthday. Right. I get him an outfit. I get him some new shoes. He don't drink, but I get me some bubbly. And I wait.
Okay.
And I wait.
And he don't come.
And I wait.
Okay.
You know, fell
I
asleep.
woke up the next morning and guess what I'm doing?
You wait.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold that right here. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. So he ghosted you for 24 hours. I hope you didn't take him back. Okay. I hope you didn't take him back. Okay. So this is a question for the ladies. Okay.
Give it to Marnita.
Okay. This is for the ladies. Okay. How did you feel? Okay, we're gonna go into our emotional feelings. Okay. How did you feel? Because men are not like women. We think everything emotional. We put emotions behind some shit, and then we make bad choices.
I'm gonna let you get some.
Men are hold on. Men are born physical. It's a physical thing. So trauma don't. A lot of men trauma don't happen. You can get over it. You get to another person and move the hell on. Mentally, you may not, but your act. I have seen men just go from one to another to another. But the women, were you? How did you feel when you ghosted somebody, Marnita?
Yeah.
How did you feel? I want to know your feelings behind it. I don't want to know. Don't go wide. Go deep.
Yeah. So here's the thing, because what you was just saying, that men are not emotional. Men are very emotional. Very, very emotional. It's sad to say, I think some men are more emotional than some.
Yeah, but it's a known fact that we are more emotional. We think we make decisions. Okay, let me say
No.
me. I make a lot of decisions. I made a lot of decisions in my past from emotions.
Yeah.
But now I take my time and I don't let my emotion make that decision, because a lot of times I made the wrong decision.
But I'm learning, and what I've learned, see, all that 50 and over, see, I'm 60 and over.
Okay.
And then I deal with men that's 60 and over.
But I want to know your feelings.
But that's
how did you feel when you ghosted somebody?
So, but that's what I'm saying. I really don't ghost, because I'm wanting to communicate with you. So
have you ever ghosted?
So can I say I ghosted somebody?
You ain't answered their phone no more. You looked at that phone and said, I ain't talking to him.
Oh yeah, the one that.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay,
here we go. Now we get somewhere.
So with that being said, it was one of those things that when I try to explain who I am, what I want, how I want a relationship, what you looking for, we may not be similar. We may not look at things the same way, and then they'll have a whole different conversation. Well, I want this and I want that, and I understand where you're coming from and all of that. But then there's that but part comes in. And then when the but part comes in and they tell me, oh, but I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do that. And I just say, okay. And then that's when they'll start texting me and calling me, and I won't.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Because
when you ghosted them, did you feel some kind of way? Because I know when I ghosted, I feel horrible every time they call me. I'm like,
see, I don't feel a certain kind of way when
she's a man, y'all.
And I think that's the problem too, because I was born and raised by a boy and all that. But I don't feel something, because I try to explain who I am and how to deal with me. And this is what we need to do. See, I'm more of a communicator.
Okay.
Men don't communicate like we do.
But check this out. So a real ghost. When I stop talking to somebody,
see, I
because hold on,
what he
look,
said.
when I ghost to somebody, I felt horrible because I just didn't want to talk to him. I was too coward to be honest about my feelings. Okay, Robin, how did you feel when you ghosted somebody? Your emotions did deep for me.
Oh,
How did you
I
feel?
Someone I felt fine. This be like,
Exactly.
I knew what to be. You know, I knew
Right.
that
Right.
I knew that I didn't want to be bothered.
But you didn't. But you didn't feel bad or anything
I didn't
about
feel
him.
bad. I didn't feel
Wow.
emotions, no nothing.
I'm the only one felt bad.
But when I got ghosted,
That hurt.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at my phone, looking at my phone, oh, should I call? Should I text? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what tomorrow he's talking about? Is he talking about days from now?
That's tomorrow.
No, you know. So
You know what? You know what?
really felt bad.
I felt bad, and I felt more horrible. I felt even worse when I got ghosted. Okay, emotional men. Since men, you say the men are emotional. Have you ever been ghosted, Reggie? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think I
How the
have.
hell did you
See,
feel?
he thinks. So that means he don't know. But I just
Wait, hold on. How did you feel about that?
he thinks.
I felt disrespected.
Oh,
I felt very disrespected, basically because of the communication. You could tell me the reason why, or bow out gracefully. Put your big girl panties on. Because
wait a minute.
I ain't gonna go there with this one,
Okay.
right?
I need to grow. You know what I mean? I need to grow. We because iron sharpen iron.
Good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because
Let
this
the-
one.
Okay, hold on. Craig, have you ghosted somebody before?
I ghosted somebody.
Oh yeah.
How did your fine ass feel?
You know what? When I ghosted them, I knew it was for my reasons.
Well, yeah.
What was your reason?
My reasons behind it was they were too toxic for me to deal with.
Exactly.
But okay. You know what? No. It doesn't matter how they are. It is our responsibility to communicate.
I understand that, but even this,
But we try to
so
communicate.
in this
Yeah.
environment of trauma that we live in
Mhm.
and pain that we live in, when you see a person constantly tries to gaslight and beat you upside the head, again doing the transference of whatever they would had in another relationship over to you, it's like this. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. Like that's not that don't belong to me. So I tell you what, because you keep trying to enforce that on me, I tell you what.
But it's still our responsibility. It's our responsibility as adults over 50 years old,
Mhm.
because this is where it has all broken down at.
Yeah.
I don't care what they said to you. I don't care what you said to them. It don't matter. That don't matter. We have to take responsibility and say, I'm not going to call you anymore because I don't want to be with you,
So
Yeah.
or whatever the reason is.
But it's real obvious when you don't, because
Yeah, but no. We don't know. No.
Let me just share with
What
you
about when you leave because the sex is horrible and you don't want to hurt
No,
their
I-
feelings?
Okay, so this is
Like,
what you say.
I
You
wanna
say
get
this.
together.
Hold on, this is what you say.
That shit
You
was
know what?
terrible.
Look, I you know what? I decided that I don't want. I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now. So and put it on yourself.
Yeah.
Bring it back on you, so you don't
Have
have
some
to
check
have
and
business.
diplomacy about that.
Absolutely.
So a
Right,
sample.
right.
So what I was
Absolutely.
saying. So a sample of what I ghosted somebody, right? When I said what they did, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And then they say, hello, hey, what's up? Why you can't talk at the moment? You working? Is there a reason you're not answering or responding? Then they send me a picture of them themselves. Oh, you busy. You don't feel like talking to me, right? Keep texting me.
But at this point, block him, and so that he can't, so he can move on. You gotta help that
But
person.
that's what ghost
So you saying ghost?
No. You done already told him. No.
But we
You told
already,
him.
I already
You
told
told him. So at this point, this is what I do. Because of
But
course,
they gonna keep
but
coming
but
at you.
but this is what I do. I done had men that
That's
just kept on.
Right.
So what I did was I blocked them so that we wouldn't have no more communication,
Right.
so they can move on. Because I'm telling you, I felt absolutely horrible when I ghosted somebody.
Sometimes you gotta be careful with that because we live in a
Karma.
dangerous society.
Okay.
Exactly.
People will try to harm you in some kind of way.
But my thing is that ghosting. But my thing is that just continue to be you, right? Because
Ooh, I got a good one.
when you ghost somebody, and this is the sad part, that's when they keep coming at you.
Yeah.
When you like somebody, they don't keep coming at you.
They go to, but
They go right. That's when
They
you.
keep that
But
option
some
open.
people, but some people, look, some people they get hurt so badly,
Yeah.
and they want to be loved
Yeah.
so much. They just praying that if I keep reaching out to them, they gonna respond. They gonna change their mind.
But
They're
that's-
hoping that you change your mind. Okay, so
Yeah, but that's
okay.
always when you show love, they don't show you love. When you don't show love,
Love.
they come at you like full force. And that's men and women.
Yeah.
That's all relationships. You always caught up in those that you really want them, but they don't want you. But you gonna keep coming at them.
Yeah,
Then the ones that don't want, they gonna keep coming at you.
yeah, but see, the thing of it is, we get hurt over 50. We should not. We should not be treating each other like we're kids. You know, because we are treating each other that are kids because we're not communicating and being honest. You know what? You got the
communicated last night, and look what happened.
yeah, but you know what? But I let him do what he do. Then I blocked him on my phone.
Yeah, but
You
I
know,
just
but
said
let me
you communicated
right.
with him like, no, I'm cool, and
Yeah.
then he kept
He
coming
kept
at you.
coming. But that's because his ego was hurt. His
Right.
ego was hurt.
Right.
And when you hurt a man's ego, they gonna come at you and then they gonna call you all kind of bitches and shit afterward. So let me say this.
What's a lot going on?
Yeah.
You ain't in a relationship at a certain time in your life. You don't have nobody. You know
Okay.
what I mean? What's really going on?
Because you keep doing the same thing over and expecting different results. Now, what role do you think self-esteem play in how we handle being ghosted? Okay. You know what? Let me hear from Reggie on this.
Can you repeat the question?
What role do you think self-esteem play in how we handle being ghosted? And don't go wide. I need you to go deep. I want these questions to be, when you go wide, you say, well, the man doing this and the lady's doing this. Because Marty, I'm gonna have you answer this question, and I want you to go deep. I don't want you to go to New York and back, okay? Reggie, go ahead.
I mean, self-esteem, that means like confidence for me. You know, when you confident about who you is, there's no need to be ghosting people because you know who you are. You know what you're looking for. You know, and when you tell somebody you don't want to be bothered or you too much for me, it's understandable. You know, a lot of times with me, I'm fully self-supporting. This is what I mean by that. Like a lot of times, a lot of women, they got so much going on. They want to be all about them. We supposed to share each other a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the ghosting come because I got a whole thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna clap for you. I'm with you. We can do some stuff. You know what I mean? We just need to come together when it's time to come together. When it make it make sense.
Okay, so you don't think there's a self-esteem issue when you're in a relationship?
No,
Your self-esteem is the don't.
Well, I mean, sometimes it ain't self-esteem. You have the butterflies. If you have more than me or something like that. But see, the difference is when you got your own life and you really like y'all raised me.
And your self-esteem is up here.
Listen, I got my own home. I got my own car. I got my own job. I got my emotional state together. I got my mental together.
And he's single.
And I got all this together, right?
Mhm.
So why what you do affect me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't have time for what you go. You know, I'm a cheer on for you.
Mhm.
But sometimes women will put it's like they show this and that. Listen, I love you, do your thing, but I'm not gonna be there all the time. I'm not gonna be sticking up your butt, calling you 1,000 times. I have a lot going on. Believe
So you saying that self-esteem your self-esteem is intact?
you better have intact dealing with
Okay.
women because they not playing with you.
Okay, Marnice.
Okay, well,
Wait, hold on.
So,
I'm gonna get you next.
self-esteem and insecurities plays a major role in all our lives.
Yes, it does.
We all have insecurities.
Yeah.
And if you don't share that with the people that you're dating or the people that you're communicating with, what's going on with you, that causes a problem when you start acting accordingly to your insecurities.
That's why I was
Mm.
So you have to, and that's what I'm saying, communication. Self-esteem, all of that is really good. My self-esteem is up here, but my insecurities, we all have insecurity
absolutely.
levels. All of us, everyone in the world has some insecurities that
absolutely.
we need to address when you're dealing with somebody.
Okay.
So they can understand
That
who you are
and you
for
just
real.
you hit that hit on the head. We all have insecurities. Shirley, what you got to say about that?
I'm with Marnita. Marnita actually said what I wanted to say.
Oh,
Because it took away from what Reginald said. Reginald said, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. And it's not per se towards you, but that, yes, that material stuff,
Yeah.
it will build up your self-esteem.
That fake
But
self-esteem.
what happens when something goes,
We got
and it all goes away, and everything is taken away from you?
Mhm.
How strong is your
Self-esteem
self-esteem
then.
then?
You know what?
When it's
Like,
taken away, is your self-esteem sits up here, or is it down here?
Yes.
Now I'm going to say something. I'm going to pass this.
okay.
This has been my friend for a long time. I don't see him often, but I can call him a friend.
Yeah.
And we was just in each other company less than a month ago,
Mhm.
marrying his best friend off to
Yes.
her husband,
Mhm.
and my sister best friend off to her husband. We share the same best friend.
Mhm.
And even though I don't see him often, when we hug each other, I still feel the love.
Mm.
Yeah.
Craig don't have to give me nothing to let me know that he loves me.
Mhm.
How do I know he loves me? He stood next to someone and gave someone away that I love as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
But how does that have to do with self-esteem?
Well, I'm going on what Reggie said.
Mhm.
I got all the stuff. I got all the stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm going to tell you something that you don't know.
Mm.
My self-esteem is still here.
Mm.
You know
Be
why?
honest.
Because I'm not complete.
Mm-hmm.
In order for me, and this is just for me to feel complete, now my children are going off on their own. I want a better half.
Yeah.
I want something solid to
Oh.
make me feel whole. Not make me feel whole, to make me be complete.
Yeah.
Completion took place in 7 days.
Yeah.
For me, it could take place tomorrow. Because I got a lot of stuff to make
But
me
the
happy.
thing of it is, if
I
your
want
self-esteem is out of whack, every time you go in a different relationship, that self-esteem is gonna follow that
And that's
relationship.
and what you do, where I'm going with that, Tonya. I'm glad I'm at the stage where I'm at now, because if I was to meet someone to start dating and want to build a relationship with, I have no baggage. I have no baggage.
But you know what?
My self-esteem is right here, where it can either go two ways, up
Or down.
or down.
Hold on, Reggie, what you was about to say?
It's not about the material and we having stuff. Like when you dealing with people, they want your money. They want
Yeah, because I want a
Listen.
man that was in the military that get it 100%.
Right. They some people want your say you famous, you
Put
know
it
what I
out
mean?
there.
They just want they want
I need my implants put in.
they want
And see, and I
they
like
want
you.
your fame. They want to be a party. Oh, that's my broad. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
They want different shit. But when you have your own stuff, not so much
They
material.
said God loves child who has it all.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The insecurity part plays the part.
It's not about the money.
Because self-esteem, when you look, I have a hell of a job. I have my own house. I have my own car. I've had it for years. I am in recovery. My life is good. But what I miss is my mate.
Mm-hmm.
And to lose my mate that I just lost, and not to have nobody at my age, that's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to love and care and enjoy the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that's what we all want.
Because
collectively.
life is short. People are dying constantly on a daily basis.
And why are we wasting our time with ghosting and all this bull crap?
But again, it goes back to, I always ask, and I talk to Reggie about this all the time. I say, Reggie, who are you without the stuff? And if you didn't have anything, would people still treat you the way that they do?
That's right.
Yeah.
And being an entrepreneur and rise and fall of business and being in real bad situations, because also being a single dad, having two children, and like not being able to pay the rent and stuff like that, and people are looking, they'll be like, "Oh, see, I know he's gonna fall off."
Yeah.
But then it's like, but it's amazing, because just the ebb and the flow of entrepreneurialism, not depending on the paycheck. And I'm sorry, I can't take away from my dream to go help somebody else realize theirs, because I'm committed and I bet on me every day. I bet on this.
Yes.
every
Yes.
day. So to actually finally start winning in what it is that I'm going after, and where I'm at right now, and how I seen people treat me in that ebb and that flow, those weren't the people for me anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. One thing that stayed constant is I'm still the same dude as I was
Always.
then,
Yeah.
now, and forever. Like I'm not gonna change just because money.
What happened?
'Cause
Yeah.
it's gonna. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Because we talk, Marty, you talk about people's health. It's coming and it's going. Like I just lost a couple of friends. I just seen a friend of mine last night at a concert. She had a stroke. Didn't even know she had a stroke. And she only 56 years
Yeah.
old. I'm like, geez.
And you know what? Let me say this. You know, I've always had my own, uh, and I always worked hard. I decided in my later years in life that I wanted to be a flight attendant. Okay, I always wanted to be a flight attendant, but I decided to go ahead and do it. This is the first time I got to live with somebody. I'm eating some humble pie over here, y'all. Everybody think I'm balling out of control, but because I'm so happy within myself, I'm happy on the inside.
Yeah.
98% of the times. But I do miss having, because y'all know I was getting ready to get married. I do miss having, because I ain't gonna never, ever, ever, ever give up on love.
Right? Absolutely.
Ever.
Ever.
So with that being said, we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this.
Yes.
A part 2.
With the same
With the same, yeah, we're gonna do a part 2. And also, I would like to bring, and I want to get y'all thoughts afterwards. Let's do a speed dating here in Cleveland.
It is.
Okay.
And the other thing is that even with my life, I'm like you, Craig. I'm still that same person that I've always been ever since I've gotten my life in order after I've gotten in recovery, right? But God has blessed me financially and everything because I always help everyone.
Yeah, you do.
No
You do.
matter what,
Yeah.
whether it's my mate, whether it's a woman, anybody,
Yeah.
I help them. And that's why I'm always blessed.
Yes. So with that, guys, we could talk about this all night, and it's been absolutely amazing. I am so glad that you guys wanted to spend this evening with me. I came from Atlanta to come up here to do this. So as we wrap this up, today's discussion on ghosting and the emotional impact it can have on our relationship. Let's remember that communication is the
It's the
key.
key.
Whether you've been the ghost or the ghosted, it is essential to reflect on our feelings and learn from these experiences. Ghosting often stems from fear
Fear.
of confrontation, but embracing honesty and foster healthier connections.
Yes.
Ghosting can feel particularly jarring for those in the ages of 50 plus age group, where dating norms have shifted drastically over the years. It is essential to recognize that the digital dating world brings its own set of challenges, including miscommunication and different expectations. If you've been ghosted, remember that it is not a reflection of your worth. This experience can be painful, but using it as a stepping stone for personal growth is crucial. Focus on self-love. Remind yourself of strength and achievements. The dating landscape is constantly evolving. Embrace technology and new methods of meeting people, but also trust your instincts. Don't hesitate to step back from a situation that don't feel right for you.
Yes.
While ghosting can hurt, it can also lead to new opportunities.
Yes, it can.
Stay open to possibilities of new connections and remember that every experience is part of our journey. So the next time you find yourself in a tough conversation, remember it's okay to be vulnerable. Let's break the silence and let's build bridges instead of walls. Thank you for joining us today.
Give yourself a hand.
And until next time.
Yeah.
So, guys, next week I will be back in Cleveland because I was getting ready to do the parents. We want to see you there. We're gonna do the children, the adult children of parents that are dating over 50. The parents can come, the children can come. And we're gonna be at a club called Parallel. It's gonna be through there from 1 to 6. It's a brunch. But we're gonna be on this, they're gonna come up, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about it in a big forum, and the young people are gonna be there. We wanna hear what they have to say, because maybe we can teach them something about dating, put some of our old school on it. And because a lot of young folks, I flew with a flight attendant, she was 30 years old. She said she had only been in one relationship because there's no commitment.
Wow.
You know, so that's where we're gonna be at next Sunday, and look forward, because we get ready to talk about, after all this is over, we're gonna talk about some speed dating and have some fun and take some of this hardness off of our dating over 50. And you can't come unless you're over 50. So thank you for joining us. And this is Tanya with the Diary of Dating Over 50. We will see you guys later. Yeah, everybody say bye.